Hello, you beautiful, extraordinary beings. My name is Deanna Bamford. Everybody calls me Dee. I'm a Reiki Master Ascension Channel, Psychic, and Channeler based here in beautiful San Diego, California. I'm so glad to see you here, and just know that I'm sending you all the love and all the high vibes. So today I wanted to stop by and share with you a little bit about the experience with dreams. So when I talk to a lot of my clients and friends, we've been discussing that, we all dream and we have vivid dreams. And I actually kept explaining to them, I'm like, okay, I actually have put it in 3 different segments when I dream, to interpret it, because we always, for ages, we've been trying to interpret our dreams, and we know that there are messages, but when are they the most profound or potent, or are all of them super profound and potent and impactful in our lives? So some are more than others, and this is just from my personal experience, and this is just what I feel about it. One of the things that I often see in people when they're like, I had a super vivid dream, it felt so real. So I wanted to share with you my experience with dreams and how I have almost kind of put them into categories, so I know how to work with each of them or what they have to say to me. This may apply to you, this may not, or you may completely resonate with this. And again, take what resonates and what doesn't. This is just not the time. Just ignore it. Basically, that's it. Whatever doesn't resonate, put it on the side. But if this resonates with you, feel free to share and just dive in a little bit more. So for me, I have 3 categories. I have dreams. They're regular dreams, and a lot of the dreams can and will be influenced by if we were watching TV prior, if the TV is on or some other sounds are on while we're sleeping. So one is dreams, visions, and then experiences. And that's how I personally categorize my dreams when I'm asleep, into dreams, visions, and experiences. So a dream is just something that I know my mind was active, and you dreamt that you were flying. You dreamt that you were at the store with friends, having a blast. And they're not, sometimes you forget them and then they'll come back, but they don't seem to be super, super impactful. For me, a vision, but still with dreams, just to touch on that a tad, is that even if I remember them, the feeling that comes from them, it's not super strong where it makes me want to find out more about it, because there's always going to be an associated emotion with what we're experiencing. So for me, a vision is when we have a dream where you may astral travel in this moment, and which is also part of an experience. You may astral travel, and in this, they're really, really vivid. They're so vivid where you can feel the sensations in the body. You can feel the water if you were dreaming about, your feet are wet, or the ocean, and you feel the waves. That is a much greater experience that we're having. But these particular types of dreams, they make us feel like we want to take action once we wake up, or we can't stop thinking about them. They're very vivid, and we are usually not necessarily solving something, but we are in action. A lot of times when having a vision, we can have that lucid dreaming too. And again, this is just for myself, what I've experienced, but I was talking to a couple of clients about it, and they're like, Dee, you should do a video, because I bet you there's other people out there that feel the same way, and maybe they're trying to figure it out. So a vision is something that also I perceive, or something. A lot of the times it's something that is almost like a premonition. and then I will see it play out in life. So So that just brings me to a different state of awareness when we have these visions. And the experience, dreams, visions, experience. The experience is when the dreams are so vivid, but at this point, you feel in your room, you know you're sleeping, you know you're in that state, but you feel the energy around you. Like, I've had an experience where I know I'm asleep, but it's like my subconscious body, my awareness body is awake and can see the entire room and can feel different energy. This is how I have experienced. If you go back, I think it was like 3 videos ago where I talk about my experience with the shapeshifter and the Anunnaki. So these are experiences where you actually have an exchange, not only of energy, but you have an exchange with other beings. So a lot of the times during the night, we are visited and we go through upgrades, we go through a lot of up-leveling during the night. It's like we're not fighting anything, there's no resistance, and we have a lot of the opportunity to grow during this moment, to receive downloads, to really activate the dormant DNA at that moment. So that is when we have experiences. So that is not a dream. When I had recently a client, we had a Reiki session, and he was wondering if we should also do an energy reading. He wanted to ask his guides a few things. And I was like, don't worry, let's just settle. And at the end of the Reiki session and everything in our follow-up, I asked him, I was like, what was the question you had for your guides? I want to know about your dream, because he had a dream. And he told me what it was. And I was like, you had an experience. You know, everything was vivid to the point where he can touch it. He felt the energy in the body. He felt the energy like really come through in such way that he was so moved, and then he couldn't get it out of, the head, the mind, the active mind, and those are the experiences. So my dream experiences, dreams, visions, and the actual dream experience. And what I found healthy for myself, what I found, it was that and it's not putting them in a box, because we're such limitless beings, so it's not like I'm boxing them in and that is the category and all that, but it just works for my organized self. That was like, okay, that was really a dream and didn't have much about it, and okay, interesting, and that was really associated with something I just watched on TV, but it didn't really leave any impact in my body or in my life. And then with the visions, they make me think a little bit further. I'm much more aware of what's happening, and sometimes they can be premonitions, or a lot of the times there's a lot of deja vu with the visions. And when we have an experience, usually experiences are more transformative. They're really going to impact us in such a way that it's going to promote action in our part, either in growth, discovery, and transformation. And really just acknowledging that, I felt that it's just very important to kind of have these tools and know what we're working with, rather than, oh my gosh, that dream was so vivid and it was so crazy and I just trying to figure it out, and so now we can dive if we have a little bit of like, oh, this feels like this feels like that, and this was the impact in XYZ. So that's what I wanted to share with you regarding the dream experience. And with any of these, you can always take what resonates again and ask. Number one thing I share with all of my clients, I might ask out loud, ask your higher self. If you're really tuned in, ask your guides, ask the angels, ask the divine, why is this presenting in my life now? Why am I thinking of this? How can I work better with XYZ? And that's what is really important, just to ask. It's okay. And you will receive an answer 111% for sure. So just with that, have a journal. Have a journal around in the mornings. You never know, even if it's silly words, right? Suddenly you're like, why do I wake up thinking about a bull? Like, why? Or a pigeon, or toilet bowl, whatever it is, just write it down. Because when you go back later, that may trigger the memory. That may awaken again what is it that you need to pay attention to, or you want to pay attention to. But always being very kind to yourself, and no resistance, no pushing, just allowing really to be in flow. To be in flow with a lot of love and a lot of compassion. I love you all so very much. Have a fantastic, fantastic, beautiful day, and keep on dreaming. Don't try to make it be anything, okay? Don't try to figure it out right away. Allow the messages to flow through you. Be open enough to just allow it to come through, and notice how you feel in the body, in the emotions, and just overall in your spirit. Love you. Have a beautiful day. And till next time.